Ukraine stands at a crossroads, a crucible of conflict where the fate of a nation hangs in the balance. The Russian bear, driven by imperial ambition, seeks to devour its neighbor. Ukrainians, with a spirit forged in the fires of history, resist. Their courage resonates across the world, a beacon of defiance against tyranny. The stakes could not be higher. This is not just about territory. This is about freedom, about democracy, about the right of a people to determine their own destiny. Ukraine's struggle is a fight for the soul of Europe, a struggle against the darkness of authoritarianism. The world watches, holding its breath, as a nation fights for its very survival. The Ukrainian people, once divided, now stand united. Farmers become soldiers, teachers become medics, ordinary citizens become heroes. The spirit of 1939, of a people facing down a seemingly invincible foe, echoes through the centuries. The world looks on, inspired by the bravery of a nation that refuses to be broken. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is a tragedy, a blatant violation of international law, a brutal assault on a sovereign nation. Its tactics are a throwback to a darker age, a time of empires and conquest. Indiscriminate shelling of cities, targeting of civilians, a scorched earth policy that leaves only destruction in its wake. The Kremlin's propaganda machine churns relentlessly, spreading disinformation, distorting reality, attempting to justify the unjustifiable. They speak of liberation while they bomb hospitals and schools. They speak of denazification while they unleash terror on innocent civilians. Their lies are a weapon, as dangerous as any bomb or bullet. Yet, the truth cannot be silenced. Images of the devastation, of the suffering, of the courage of the Ukrainian people pierce through the fog of war. The world sees the reality of the situation. The world knows who the aggressor is, and the world stands with Ukraine. The Ukrainian military, once underestimated, has proven to be a formidable force. Adaptable, resilient, and fiercely determined. They have mastered the art of asymmetric warfare, using their knowledge of the terrain and their unwavering spirit to their advantage. They are David facing Goliath, and they are holding their ground. Tactically astute, they have slowed the Russian advance, inflicting heavy casualties. Hit-and-run tactics, ambushes, and the effective use of anti-tank weaponry have turned the tide. Their courage is an inspiration, their determination an example to the world. They are fighting for their homes, their families, their very existence. They know that surrender is not an option. They are the shield that protects Europe from the encroaching darkness. They are the line in the sand that says, no further. The spirit of Ukrainian resistance is not new. It is a spirit born of centuries of struggle. From the Cossack warriors of old to the partisans who fought against Nazi occupation, Ukrainians have always resisted tyranny. Their blood has watered the tree of liberty. Their sacrifices have paved the path to freedom. Today's Ukrainian soldiers are the heirs to this legacy. They fight with the same courage, the same determination, the same love for their homeland. They understand that freedom is not a gift. It is a right that must be defended, generation after generation. Their struggle resonates with the struggles of all those who have fought for freedom throughout history. Their fight is a reminder that the human spirit cannot be broken, that even in the darkest of times, hope endures, and that tyranny, no matter how powerful it may seem, will eventually fall. The cost of freedom is high. It is measured in blood, in tears, in lives lost and dreams shattered. Every day, Ukrainian soldiers make the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives in defense of their nation. They are heroes, every one of them. Civilians too bear the brunt of the conflict. Their homes destroyed, their lives upended, their future uncertain. They flee their cities, seeking refuge in neighboring countries, carrying only what they can carry. Their resilience is a testament to the human spirit, their strength and inspiration to us all. The world bears witness to their suffering. We see the images of bombed-out buildings, of grieving mothers, of children orphaned by war. We hear the stories of loss, of displacement, of the struggle to survive. And we are moved to act, to offer support, to stand in solidarity with those who suffer. The world has not stood idly by. From governments to individuals, a wave of support has surged towards Ukraine. Humanitarian aid, military equipment, financial assistance, and a chorus of condemnation against Russia's aggression. Nations have imposed sanctions, cutting off Russia from the global economy. Individuals have opened their homes to refugees, donated to relief organizations, and raised their voices in protest. The world understands that Ukraine's fight is our fight. a fight for freedom, for democracy, for a world order based on law, not force. This global response is a beacon of hope, a sign that the world will not tolerate aggression and brutality, that we stand together, united against tyranny. It is a message to the Ukrainian people. You are not alone. We stand with you. In the age of information, truth itself becomes a battleground. The Kremlin deploys its propaganda machine, spreading disinformation and distorting reality. It seeks to sow confusion, to undermine trust, to manipulate global perceptions. Social media becomes a weapon, flooded with fake news and manipulated narratives. It is a battle for hearts and minds, as crucial as any fought on the physical battlefield. Discerning truth from falsehood becomes a challenge, a test of critical thinking and media literacy. Yet, the truth has a way of surfacing. Independent journalists, citizen reporters, and international organizations work tirelessly to expose the lies and document the realities of the conflict. Their work is vital, a light in the darkness, a bulwark against the tide of disinformation. Section 8. Resilience, the spirit of Ukraine. Resilience is the hallmark of the Ukrainian people. Despite the horrors they face, they endure. They find strength in their shared identity, their common purpose, their unwavering belief in their right to exist as a free and independent nation. This resilience manifests in countless ways: in the steadfastness of the soldiers defending their homeland, in the unwavering spirit of the civilians rebuilding their shattered lives, in the determination of those who have lost loved ones to honor their memory by continuing the fight. It is a resilience born of hardship, of a history marked by invasion and oppression. But it is also a resilience fueled by hope, by the belief that a brighter future is possible, a future where Ukraine stands strong and free. Section 9. The unseen scars. Civilian struggles and strength. War's impact extends far beyond the battlefield. It leaves unseen scars on the souls of those who endure it. The trauma of displacement, the loss of loved ones, the constant fear and uncertainty take a heavy toll on the civilian population. Children, the most vulnerable, bear the brunt of the suffering. Their education disrupted, their childhood stolen, their innocence shattered by the horrors of war. The psychological wounds run deep, leaving lasting scars that may take years to heal. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, the human spirit finds a way to endure. Communities come together, supporting each other, sharing what little they have. Acts of kindness, large and small, offer glimmers of hope amidst the darkness. Section 10. Hope endures. The Ukrainian spirit undeterred. Hope is a powerful weapon. It sustains the human spirit in the darkest of times. And in Ukraine, hope endures. It flickers in the eyes of the soldiers on the front lines. It shines in the smiles of children finding moments of joy amidst the rubble. Hope is fueled by the belief that justice will prevail, that the aggressor will be held accountable for its crimes, that the international community will stand by Ukraine until victory is achieved. This hope is not naivete. It is a recognition of the resilience of the human spirit, the enduring power of truth and justice. It is a hope that sustains the Ukrainian people, that gives them the strength to carry on, to fight for their future, to believe that a better tomorrow is possible. Section 11. The fight continues, a stand for freedom and democracy. The fight for Ukraine is far from over. The road ahead will be long and arduous, but one thing is certain: Ukraine will not surrender. They will continue to resist, to defend their land, their freedom, their right to self-determination. Their fight is a fight for all of us, for the principles of democracy and freedom that underpin the international order, for a world where might does not make right, where aggression is met with resolute opposition. It is a fight for the future we want to build, a future where peace and justice prevail. Let us stand with Ukraine. Let us support their struggle. Let our voices be heard in condemnation of aggression and tyranny. Let us be beacons of hope, reminding the Ukrainian people that they are not alone. Their fight is our fight, and together we will prevail.